Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face while you're sleeping. Did you know that tsunami waves do not resemble normal undersea currents or sea waves? Well, this is generally because their wavelength is so much longer. And so, rather than appearing as a breaking wave, a tsunami resembles a rapidly rising tide, sometimes referred to as a tidal wave because this name might give the false impression of a casual relationship between tides and tsunamis. However, tsunamis almost always consist of a series of waves, with periods ranging from minutes to hours, arriving in what is known as a wave train. Wave heights and the destructive power of tsunamis can be enormous as they can affect entire ocean basins, as well as the inland towns and coastlines, including the infrastructure, wildlife, and its people. We're extremely happy that you could join us today, and we're here with our amazing topic of Top 10 Scariest Tsunamis Caught on Camera. We also invite you to stick around so that you can see the biggest impact of the countdown a little later on. It's ginormous. Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that will take just 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell and you get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it. It really works. Number 10. At the 10th spot, we're going to show you the Indian tsunami, which occurred in the year of 2004. Here, a powerful undersea earthquake struck off the coast of Sumatra Island, Indonesia, and this set off the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami, also known as the Christmas or Boxing Day tsunami, on Sunday morning, December the 26th, 2004. The magnitude 9.1 quake ruptured a 900-mile stretch of fault line where the Indian and Australian tectonic plates meet. It was a powerful megathrust quake, where a heavy ocean plate slips under a lighter continental plate. The quake caused the ocean floor to rapidly rise by as much as 130 feet, triggering a massive tsunami. Within 20 minutes of the earthquake, the first of a few 100-foot waves hit the shoreline, killing more than 100,000 people. In all, over 200,000 people lost their lives around the affected areas of the globe, making it one of the worst natural disasters in modern history. Number 9. At our number 9 spot, we're looking at the Japan tsunami of 2011. On March 11, 2011, at 2:46 p.m., a 9.1 magnitude earthquake occurred 231 miles northeast of Tokyo at a depth of 15.2 miles. The earthquake caused a massive tsunami with 30-foot waves that damaged several nuclear reactors in the area. It was the largest earthquake ever to hit the country of Japan. The effects of the great earthquake were felt around the entire world, right from Norway's fjords all the way to Antarctica's ice sheets. Tsunami debris continues to wash up on North American beaches even today, years later. In Japan, residents are still trying to recover from the disaster. Statistics from February of 2017 show that there were about 150,000 evacuees who lost their homes, with 50,000 still living in temporary accommodations. More than 120,000 buildings were destroyed. 278,000 were half ruined, and 726,000 were partially damaged. The direct financial damage from the disaster is estimated to be about $199 billion, or 16.9 trillion yen, according to the Japanese government. The total economic cost could reach up to $235 billion, making it the costliest natural disaster in world history from our countdown today. Number 8. At the 8th spot, we're showing our viewers footage of the Thailand tsunami of 2004. On Phuket Island, the tsunami struck the west coast, flooding and causing damage to almost all the major beaches including Patong, Karong, Kamala, and Kata Beach. At plus 15 minutes, the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center in Hawaii registered the earthquake, and at plus 20 to 30 minutes, tsunami waves of more than 100 feet high pounded the Banda Aceh coast, with lost souls mounting to approximately 170,000 people from destroyed buildings and infrastructure. At plus 1.5 hours, the beaches in southern Thailand were hit by the tsunami. 3 hours after the earthquake, tsunamis rolled over the Maldives, and more than 7 hours later, they hit the Somali coast. And this tsunami takes our 8th spot within the countdown today. Number 7. At spot number 7, we're still in the year of 2004, showing you Sri Lanka's epic tsunami footage. Waves rose to 100 feet in this tsunami, and the earthquake was caused by a rupture along the fault between the Burma Plate and the Indian Plate. After this, there was a series of massive tsunami waves, and they headed inland after being created by the underwater seismic activity offshore. In Hambantota, on the south coast of Sri Lanka, they looked for lost children. They also searched for siblings, friends, and cousins, with many looking for a sign of relatives they lost in a split second when the water came so devastatingly. After the surge of water, if you stood in the middle of what was once the marketplace of the seaside town, the landscape was almost flat. No buildings could be seen for miles, giving a clear view of the sea that was deceptively calm and serene after the tragedy. And this tsunami takes our 7th spot in the countdown for the 10 biggest scary tsunamis caught on camera. Number 6. At spot number 6, we're looking at footage from the devastation caused by the 2004 tsunami in Indonesia. Since the 2004 tsunami, governments and aid groups have prioritized their preparedness for future tsunamis, including disaster risk. Only 3 weeks after the tsunami, representatives of 168 nations agreed to the Hyogo Framework for Action, a global cooperation for disaster risk reduction in which many nations had input their intel and data. Since then, ocean floor earthquake sensors have been installed to trigger the warnings sooner, with many places of risk learning evacuation procedures that were not seen in past devastations. Additionally, tsunamis and earthquakes in the months of August and September of 2018 have tested Indonesia's ability to respond and recover better. And in December of 2018, Anak Krakatoa's volcano's eruptions, which were ongoing in the Sunda Strait, caused many undersea landslides. These triggered a tsunami that struck the beaches of Sumatra and Java. Unfortunately, more than 400 people lost their lives. Afterwards, the Indonesian government worked to add volcano sensors to its warning systems, which were not previously a part of their arsenal. Number 5. We're now in Chile in the year 2010, and it was this tsunami which caused devastation and impacted the region. The official tally surmounted to over 500 lost souls from the disaster, and 150 of those were caused by the tsunami. Most loss of life occurred in the Mal district, with some occurring in Biobío and in coastal and other areas damaged by the tsunami. The earthquake triggered several coastal towns in south-central Chile and caused havoc in the port of Talcahuano. There were warnings issued in 53 countries, and the waves caused small damage in San Diego in the US. The Tohoku region in Japan was also devastated in the fisheries area. Additionally, at the time of the devastation, there was a blackout which affected over 90% of Chile's population, and a state of catastrophe was named by the president. According to the statistics gathered, about 9% of the population in the affected regions lost their homes from the tsunami's devastation. Number 4. At spot 4, we're in Japan in the year of 2017, showing you footage of the devastation caused in that area. Less than 24 hours after a 7.1 magnitude earthquake hit central Mexico, 6.1 magnitude tremors shattered the coastline. It was the tsunami waves, and not the earthquake, which caused the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear facility to melt down. It knocked the Earth 6.5 inches off its axis, and it also moved Japan 13 inches closer to America. Here, more than 18,000 people lost their lives. It is said that 500,000 people lost their homes, and 3 reactors in the Fukushima power station melted down, with radioactivity moving widespread and across the countryside, making it the world's most devastating nuclear accident since the occurrence of Chernobyl. With over $200 billion of damage as an economic impact, it is said to be the most costly disaster in history caused by a natural phenomenon. And it takes our 4th spot in the countdown for the 10 biggest scary tsunamis caught on camera. Number 2. Here's our best pick, and this one's sent by Gabriella Russo from Australia. She gave us some cool information about the detection systems that they have in her country, and so we're going to take a look at this information now. The Australian Tsunami Warning System is a national collaboration between the Australian Bureau of Meteorology, Geoscience Australia, and the Department of Home Affairs. Here, an intelligent tsunami warning system can deliver quick and effective tsunami warnings for the Australian population. It is also a key element of the Indian Ocean Tsunami Warning and Mitigation System, and it fully supports and aids the input and allowance of tsunami warnings for the Southwest Pacific. Tsunami is a Japanese word which translates to harbor wave, and is used internationally to refer to a series of waves moving across the ocean with extremely long wavelengths, with miles between wave crests in the deeper oceans. Tsunamis are usually the result of a sudden rise or fall of a segment of the Earth's crust underneath the ocean, and a seismic movement can disperse the water column, therefore creating a rise or fall of the level of ocean above it. This rise or fall in the ocean level is the starting impulse that generates a tsunami wave. And we'd definitely like to thank Gabriella for sending this one to MindRead. This best pick takes our 2nd spot in the countdown for the 10 biggest scary tsunamis caught on camera. Number 1. At spot number 1 now, we're showing you the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami as a collective force. Named the deadliest natural disaster in human history, and the earthquake released stored energy equivalent to more than 23,000 Hiroshima bombs. Additionally, speeds of over 300 miles per hour were reached as the tsunamis radiated through the Indian Ocean. In the most devastating cases, the retreating waters eroded whole shorelines. In the future, we hope that the warning systems might improve so that there is less loss of life of people, animals, and the devastation to coastal and inland landscapes, including infrastructure and livelihoods. Thanks everyone. We hope to see you again in our other topic videos really soon. Bye for now.